बोले सोने हाल सासरी अकाल।
जी हाँ, सारी सत श्री अकाल, नमस्कार, आदाब, जय श्री कृष्णा, and a very good evening and Jambasana to all my food lovers across the globes of UK, Europe, Africa, and one of the smallest islands that I went to, a very remote island past Mombasa. It's about 45 minutes away and about 62 miles from the south to the north coast, and down the south coast, a very remote island where I thought nobody would know me. Guess what? The chef has been watching our shows and he said, "Aren't you the lady who made the sausages?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "You made the vegetarian sausages," and he showed me the photograph, a still life photo that he had taken, for which he was going to mock those sausages for an afternoon tea. And I thought, how nice, at least somebody in a very small island. He said, "I love your cook shows and I love the little effects that you show," and he's saying, "I've learned a lot being a chef coming from a professional school in this little island. He is doing creations of our shows." So it was nice. 8 days we were communicating about food and he was watching the onward shows that were coming through the week on internet. So what a pleasure. And this is a little island past Mombasa, which is a coastline of Kenya. So Jirevi Nairobi there, Jambusana and Karibuni, going on to a show again of summer festive. You see this wonderful pineapple which I've actually scooped out the middle. You'll wonder, what am I going to do with that? So here I've got this wonderful layout and some wonderful vegetables which have been cut with my serrated knife. All of you, a wonderful way to get children to eat things that they don't. So we're going to make some summer vegetables, all going onto my sticks here, and serve that with a wonderful salad, also trying to create some great shapes. Imagine if you gave this something to your kid, he doesn't know what it is, but he probably could be a vegetable conjure. He means doesn't like vegetables. I'm going to get my vegetables and my griddle going as well. So it's a lot happening in the kitchen. Hope you watched the other series which were to do with coconut. I have already put in rapeseed oil in here and also in here. So 2 in 1, stirring in my noodles and getting my vegetables going, but putting in my paneer, and also large paneer pieces will be going in here. So as soon as this starts heating up, I'll be adding in my jeera, and then dropping in my paneer, toasting that, dropping in the cashew nut, setting the onions, the tomatoes, the vegetables, and it's ready to go into my platter of rice noodles to be served with a wonderful array of vegetables, all on a large stick, but it's going to be a vegetarian concept. So let's get cooking, getting in my jeera. Here we will not need mustard. So just while this is heating up, we'll be putting in our paneer cubes and toasting them before we add the cashew nuts which have already been pre-toasted. If you have any other choice, you can go for a bit of feta cheese as well. These are cut to a different size compared to this. These are bulkier and bigger because they're going to go through the stick, so I don't need to cut them small. Otherwise they will not go, they will break through the stick while we are feeding it. As you are aware, doing a cooking on electric cooker is a bit of patience. So we're already beginning to hear the sizzle. I'm going to get the next pan going And in this one I'll be just doing a bit of garlic, a little bit of onions, nothing else, just spicing it up with a few herb mixes and tossing in my noodles, which are going to be on a bed of the vegetables. But this is going to be a lot more paneer, a lot more cashew nuts, and a few handful of vegetables. So obviously adding in jeera to make it a traditional kind of mix for our noodles. And you can start hearing the sizzling of the toasting of the paneer. Obviously this won't take much. I'm just going to add in a tablespoon of onions in my noodles. You can cut them in any shape. If you want them longer, that's fine. Have to keep stirring so you get the uniformity of the browning of the paneer. The softening obviously of the paneer and spicing it all up, because it's a bland sort of compressed cottage cheese. For English viewers, paneer, that's what it is. It is milk, full cream milk curdled up. So adding garlic in here, just about a quarter teaspoon. So vegetables or noodles will be a quick stir fry. Just going to spice it up. You can already smell the aroma and the sizzling of the paneer. If you can see how it's beginning to brown, but try to keep low fat or less oil, because they will be a bit released from the paneer itself. I've already pre-boiled the noodles and added in a bit of oil to stop them sticking. If you don't, the cooking process will continue. Noodles and they will start sticking together. If you can notice, they are all separated. I'm going to drop them in here. And that's it for the noodles. Because they've been boiled, the whole idea was to just saute some onions, leaving the onions still on the base. And if you can see, these have already started browning, beautifully golden. Reducing the heat. I'll be dropping in the cashew nuts, which is pre-roasted. You can do them in a dry pan and drop them in. A good 3/4 onion straight in here, just to stop the, I'm going to put some juices of the tomatoes to stop the noodles from burning, and it will give good color as well. Here we are. So onions just need to be browned and sauteed, dropping in then the garlic, the ginger, the chilies to the end. If you add them in between, you'll probably choke a lot, because the chilies can then create quite a strong aroma. As the chilies burn, it will make you have a dry cough, so avoid putting it right away. Add the chilies after the tomatoes. So this is enough to serve literally about 3 people with the vegetables. So really, it's hot, you don't want to cook, you don't want to make too many turke, that's fine. Adding in the vegetables, anything of your choice, any vegetables that you got left over, add them. But look at the colors, they are bouncing. Oh, beautiful summer oranges, reds, greens, that's your choice. I'll now add in my garlic just in the middle so it cooks through. But then you're having raw garlic in the morning, cut in few pieces, maybe a little bit benefit, nothing like black garlic. I'll add in my tomatoes now. And just slow cooking the vegetables. Please don't cook on high heat. The tomato juices will also soften, and we're going to cover this up. So within its own waters and juices of the mushrooms and the peppers, it's going to cook. We'll be adding in the ginger, a 3/4 teaspoon, nothing more. Chilies to taste. These are quite hot chilies, so just 1 chili should be good for this recipe, and that was the finger chilies, which have a 4-strike heat. Salt, masala, any other herbs. You want some palak, that's fine. You want more coriander, that's okay. Just 1/2 teaspoon of salt. The same for the garam masala. I'll be reducing the heat now because don't want it to burn. Cover the pan, let it cook through its own juices. My noodles are ready. And just adding a 1/4 teaspoon literally of salt. So little that you don't need to flavor them too much. We will add some herbs in here. Onion, salt. Anything that excites you. Cooking is great creation. Make things as you go along. And after this little short break, I'll take you into making this platter of noodles with the vegetables that have probably been sauteed in about 4 to 5 minutes. Take you into the second half of making a wonderful platter on my pineapple, which has been, the fruit has been taken out from the middle, and take you into the second half of the show. Stay tuned.
एक 106 ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਖੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਲਾਈਵ ਜਾਂ ਡੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਹੈ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹਾਈ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਕਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਪੈਗਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਘਰ ਘਰ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ 07702748906 ਤੇ।
Rice noodles with mixed vegetables, paneer and a large handful of cashew nuts. The ingredients are follows. 1 large handful of rice noodles. Boil them, strain off the water once they are lightly softened. Add in olive oil or rapeseed oil to stop them sticking, salt and season. Meanwhile, take a pan and add in 1 teaspoon of rapeseed oil with cumin seeds, half a teaspoon, about 7 large blocks of paneer cut in by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Brown them on both the sides. Add in toasted cashew nuts. Add in the onions to saute. Then vegetables of your choice, where I used half a bell pepper, 3 mushrooms, carrots, any other vegetables of your choice, with 6 plump tomatoes. Cover that after adding garlic, ginger, chilies, a little bit pink salt to taste and garam masala. Let the vegetables cook on low heat. Once they are cooked, then add the vegetables in a plate with the rice noodles, which have to be cooked in a pan separately. Rice noodles, add in 1 teaspoon of rapeseed oil, some cumin seeds. You can add ginger as an option, and then drop in the rice noodles, saute as you want to with salt and garam masala and chilies or chili flakes. Put the noodles on the outer ring. For the sauteed vegetables, it was empty out pineapple, decore the fruit from the middle, cut it in big chunks, which will be used for the vegetable skewers, which is the summer vegetables, where I used in a 1 inch by a 3/4 inch block of paneer to make 5 skewers for maybe 5 people. Any vegetables that need cooking but large, chunky, they should be cut in. Mushrooms, chestnut mushrooms, cut into half. The courgettes must be over a 1/4 inch thick, otherwise they would wilter and not go through the skewer, they'll fall apart. Then the peppers, have large red peppers pointed, have to be chunky, 1 inch by about 2 inches, and pineapple. That was the fruit that was scored out from the middle of the pineapple. Grill all the vegetables in the grill griddle, and then add in a large plate, mix in all these vegetables with a topping of salad dressing, which would be 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of good concentrated tamarind with any other herbs, garlic salt, pink salt, garam masala, oregano, and mix all this up, whip it up with juice of 1 lemon, and splash this onto your vegetables before putting them through the wooden skewers, and put them into any order and display in your decored pineapple, and serve that with a wonderful platter of the salad as shown in the cook show, or any salad of your choice. Ji haan, welcome to the second half of this cook show, going all summery, a little bit naughty, a little bit of patio food, garden food, picnic food. I hope you enjoyed those other 2 series, taking you to this one with a wonderful summer fruit which is so abundantly available in Kenya. But always try to get the pineapple that I told you that should pop in the middle, and it's been proven that when you do get the right one that pops and does have a good white leaf underneath, it is ready to eat. I have taken out the fruit from the middle here just to give you a little idea of what I'm going to do. So just looking at these vegetables which are cooking in their very low heat. Never cook vegetables in high heat. Dropping in a bit of fresh dhania. So I'm just going to let that simmer a little bit. It's on to electric cooker. Here I've got my grill griddle ready, turning that on, turning this on, if I can see it. It's already piping hot, so I guess it's I will be placing my paneer in the middle here first, so we can get big chunks of these grilled. Flat, flat, flat. Just face it down. Just to use the space here, I have cut them thick. Courgettes, get your children to eat courgettes. When we place them there, we'll be having them double cooked. Heating up the pineapple a little bit, it will taste lovely. So having a little bit of a warm pineapple, that will be really grand. In the middle, obviously, of cook, we'll be using a mix that I've already started to prepare. I've used olive oil, herbs, red chili, salt, and I'm going to squeeze a bit of lemon. This is quite a large lemon, organic, very, very high in water content. Always go for unwaxed lemon. Give that a good mix. We'll be adding in a bit of garlic salt, and if you have a look, that's already started cooking. So we're going to turn it over. Jada browning nahi hui. Just brown those sides. That will take a few seconds, and we can't put another vegetable because of the thickness of the paneer. So if you can see, I use my serrated knife. Compared to having a plain cut courgette, this just looks so much more exciting and palatable even for the kids. So keeping them thick so they don't wilter away, because courgettes, when they'll get cooked, they will soften a little bit and lose their body. We are still going to keep it a little bit semi-ripe. So I'll be taking out my first array of vegetables, which is the paneer, and pushing the courgettes here. Putting my mushrooms face down, so they'll all get cooked in a uniformity. The pineapple will go right to the end just to heat it and warm it up. The peppers are there for color. Meanwhile, let us just create this wonderful platter and have this ready. Putting in my vegetables first in the middle. So just going to put the vegetables in the middle. You can add more sauce to it if you so wish. However, the noodles will probably only be going on the side as much as possible. I will try to keep them only on the side of the dish, not in the middle. And these are the foods that will, in the summer, don't make you feel sleepy, you know, because dal will and sabji and roti being a little bit heavier, you'll probably feel a little bit more sleepy with the heat. So being courgettes, they're going to take a wee while the mushrooms are just getting sauteed. We'll then put everything in this platter, put the same mix of the garnish, and while this is cooking, but just to make the platter interesting for your children, I've got this wonderful cutter of mine. So whilst these are cooking, take your presser, press it down, feed it. Whatever is left over, you can use it in your vegetable or your broth later in the evening. Take it out, punch it out, and there you are. And your kid will be excited to know how you did it. Get them to cut it. It's just the shape. So here we are trying to create a shape that would make the child eat. And just punch it down. And that looks wonderful. Here we've got the serrated carrots. Just have a look here. Beginning to look good. Being courgette, it's going to take a wee while. So just give it a bit of turn. Looks like the bottom plate is hotter than the top. And then we can just take a platter. And just for your friends to feel intrigued, how the hell did you do this? You know, make anything that is interesting for the eye. And that looks like, you can't even tell what vegetable it is. It almost looks like sugar pastry, but it isn't sugar pastry. So again, just carrots that have been serrated and cut, place them. Courgettes that have been serrated and cut, they just look different and better. So if anything that has cooked a lot, we'll move it out here. Maybe another minute or so. Time races through. Take anything like olive oil, any other dressing that you like, and you can dress it up with a bit of dhania, fresh methi if you like. And getting the dressing, you can use balsamic vinegar. If your kid doesn't like dressing, don't put it. Going on to my other vegetables of the day today, they'll still be cooking while they are in the plate. And the pineapple, which we're going to heat up. So this is going to be quite a concentrated mix, adding in a bit of garlic salt. And to make it a little bit sweet and savory, considering that you're giving it an Indian touch, a bit of tamarind, jinu appa imbali kende a. Add that to your mix that people probably have never shared with you, and that looks wonderful. All ready to be garnished now. Just heat up the pineapple both sides, give it that brown toasting effect. Bas inda hi hai na tada. And I'm ready to switch this off now. As you can see, the mushrooms have already shrunk quite a bit. Adding in now our dressing. We'll be adding some more once the vegetables are on the skewers. And this is going to give you such a wonderful taste of sweet and sour. So here is your skewer. Start in any order that you like. The vegetables are still hot. Go easy on poking them through. And always use the thicker side of the vegetable so it can actually go through without breaking up. And using my pineapple display, and whatever else is left over, you can leave it around the plate for your guest to pick and nibble. These are the foods that will prepare you for winter, increase your immune system because they are not overly cooked and not dead on the plate. So folks, I hope I've managed to make an exciting platter with some great ideas of this pineapple platter with wonderful toasted vegetables, lightly cooked, adding in a tamarind sauce with olive oil, the herbs, onion salt, garam masala. I hope you can enjoy this, savor this, take this out to your patio. So you can feed some more vegetables if you so wish. But in this little time, I hope that I've managed to give you some very fine creative ideas of cook show. May I take you to another very happy cook show and say goodbye and have a wonderful sun kind of sitting out in the garden, enjoying these foods that don't need to be taking too much of your time, that don't create too much heat in the kitchen, that don't overheat you and make you feel like you're making a turka in 20 degrees or 27 degrees where people start complaining it's too hot in England. And there's going to be rainfall coming this week and this whole month. But whatever it is, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, take it to the seaside, enjoy it, have a wonderful summer break with your children. Eat happy and be merry. Goodbye and Sat Sri Akaal.
बोल